that sound, it was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
The sound you just heard isn't supposed to be possible. It's the sound of a heavy steel ladder moving on its own deep inside a cave in the middle of the night, and the man who recorded it was trapped down there with whatever was making it. This is Brodie Moss, an Australian adventurer known for his high-energy encounters with wildlife. But in 2021, he wasn't hunting for animals. He was hunting for a ghost. A friend had told him about a remote cave in the Australian bush, a place so unsettling that the friend, a self-proclaimed manly dude, fled in terror, claiming he was being watched. The dare was simple. Brodie had to spend an entire night alone in the haunted cave, pushing himself by bringing no water and only the most basic gear, a cheap, strapless headlamp and a can of baked beans.
This is the cave and it is not what I expected. We're literally in the middle of absolute nowhere right now. There's a little bit of a car park over there, so I think people come, they have a look at this cave. I don't reckon anyone's ever slept in it before, but this is it. This is the entrance to the bedroom for the night, and it is not what I expected at all. Quickly have a look at this. Hello? Oi! Oh man. Alright, so as you can see, we've made it to the entrance of the cave. Here it is, literally standing above the hole right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on this shonky ladder, which goes way down there. And once we get inside the cave, there is no leaving until the sun comes up tomorrow morning. So once we step foot in there, it's home until the sun rises tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna bang a GoPro on my head and we're going in. Let's do this.
Once at the bottom, the scale of the challenge becomes clear. The cave is a gaping maw of shadows and silence, with only one way in and one way out. Once he steps off that ladder, he is committed until sunrise. At first, the silence itself is the most unnerving feature, but then he finds the holes. Dozens of small, tight passages snaking away into the rock. Too small for a person, but perfect for something else. He finds one that looks like a well-used entrance for an animal, a fox or a wild dog, but there are no paw prints, no signs of life, just a dark, empty tunnel leading deeper into the earth. He tries to rationalize it, but this is where the story his friend told him begins to creep in. That feeling of being watched starts to take hold. He's not just exploring a cave anymore, he's waiting for something to happen.
One crazy thing is, it's a full moon tonight as well, so all of the weird things are in our favour. I did have a spoon for my baked beans, but the spoon is gone, so we're just going to drink it out of the can. It's still going to be delicious as always. That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my fucking God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps.
This is the moment the experience breaks from strange to impossible. The sound is unmistakable. It's the heavy, industrial chain on the entry ladder. As Brodie states himself, there is no wind in the cave, and the chain is far too heavy to be moved by a bat or a small animal. Something large and powerful is manipulating the only exit, and it's doing it while he's trapped 50 feet below.
I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even Holy shit. Oh my fucking God. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. Holy shit. That's not normal, dude. Boy, I'm freaking out. That's that chain. That chain's moving. What the fuck?
This is what truly breaks him. The chain is a distant physical threat. This feels close, biological, and predatory. You can see the shift in his eyes. This is no longer an adventure. It is a genuine fight or flight moment. He retreats to the ladder, his only way out, but the escape route itself is the source of the terror. He tries to rationalize it, to find any logical cause, but the logic doesn't hold. The chain is too heavy for the wind. The bats are too small. He is faced with an impossible choice: climb towards the danger or stay trapped in the darkness with the hissing.
And I just heard a sound that I've never heard before. I'm probably freaking out. I'm just being a pussy, but look, it's not normal. I don't know. I don't know what normal is in a cave, but that sound was super freaky and it got me going. So I'm at the ladder. So this is the ladder that was making the sounds. And you're trying to tell me that this big ladder, something has to move this. And it has to move it because a rock fell and rolled all the way down here somewhere. So something was moving this chain 3 times in a row. I've got no idea what it could have been. It can't be the bats. So these bats are active. They're everywhere, but they're too small. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave this cave. I want to stay here and do the whole night, but that noise was just scary. I might sit up here. I might just chill here. I'm not going back down there, but I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay in here till the sun rises. What I'm doing right now, this is the chain just here behind me. So this is the entrance kind of thing. The hole is just up here behind me. So what I'm doing is, I'm just gonna sit here for the rest of the night, lean up against this wall. There's my bag. I'm just gonna lean up against that wall there, and I'm gonna stay close to the entrance of the ladder, because that sound I heard before, it is, I can't even describe it. You can't make that sound.
At dawn, Brody escapes, shaken but successful. He finds no car, no footprints, nothing to explain the rattling chain. The mystery remains. But what makes this footage so powerful is that his fear was real. The terror in his eyes, the goosebumps on his skin, they can't be faked. Whatever was in that cave with him that night, it left its mark. So what was in the cave? We can rule out a prank as highly improbable. We can rule out a small animal or the wind as physically impossible. When all logical explanations are exhausted, only the disturbing ones remain. The evidence points not to a ghost, but to something far more dangerous. Another person. Someone who was in that cave with him, watching from the shadows, waiting. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments. This explorer went into an abandoned mine with his dog, but only one of them came out alive, and the footage of what happened inside suggests the attacker wasn't an animal, or even human. In 2018, an explorer known as Stan uploaded footage from a trip to the abandoned Jarvis mine. On his blog, he wrote that after a grueling 10-mile hike, he and his dog, Millie, ducked into the mine simply to escape the heat. It was supposed to be a short break, but the mine had other plans. The initial moments are calm. Stan and Millie rest about 30 feet inside the entrance, but Stan notes a creepy feeling about the place. As he settles in for a snack, that feeling begins to manifest in Millie.
Oh, where are you going? Hey, where are you going? Huh? Huh? Oh, I love you too. Hey, where are you going? Hey! Oh, shoot. Flashlight. Millie! 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 Hey, where? Hey, where you going? Where you going?
Ignoring Stan's frantic calls, Millie bolts into the pitch-black tunnel. The footage becomes chaotic. Stan's light cuts wildly through the maze as he runs after her, his voice echoing with rising panic. He is now deep inside an unstable mine, completely disoriented and separated from his dog.
Whoa. Millie! Millie! Whoa. Hey. Millie! 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 Oh, God.
After a desperate search, he finds her. Millie is lying on the mine floor, bleeding badly. At the same time, Stan says he felt a presence, something that wasn't human, and heard a horrible sound approaching. On his blog, he posted a final desperate warning. Don't do it. Stay away. There is something evil about it. I never saw my dog Millie alive again. But the tragedy of Stan and Millie is only the latest chapter in the mine's bloody history. Months later, Stan dug into the county archives and found the truth. In 1909, the mine's owner, William Jarvis, discovered a rich vein of gold. When he refused to sell, rival gangsters murdered his wife, dragged him and his daughters into the mine, and buried them alive with dynamite. This horrific past gives new context to the attack on Millie. The theory of a simple predator doesn't explain the impossible way the dog moved or the non-human presence Stan felt. The history suggests another possibility, that Millie didn't react to an animal, but to the violent energy saturating the mine, perhaps the vengeful spirit of William Jarvis himself. After posting about the murders, another user commented on Stan's blog, promising to investigate the mine himself. Stan begged him not to go. After that exchange, both Stan and the other user vanished from the internet forever. It stands at the end of the tunnel, perfectly still. It shouldn't be there. This is the moment a casual cave exploration, captured on a simple headcam, turned into a terrifying escape. In 2018, a YouTuber known as the Highway 9 uploaded this footage of a trip into an unnamed cave system. He wasn't a professional caver, just an adventurer with his dog and a camera. The goal was simple: explore the darkness and see what they could find. The video starts out like dozens of others, a man and his dog excited for the journey ahead. The initial descent is calm, the passages are wide, the footing is stable, and the dog is confidently leading the way. For the first 2 minutes, the exploration is completely normal, filled with the quiet sounds of dripping water and footsteps echoing on rock.
Out. Out. Come here. Come on. Come on. Go.
But As they venture deeper, the cave begins to close in. The walls narrow, forcing them into a single file passage. The darkness ahead becomes absolute, swallowing the beam of the headlamp. The mood shifts from casual exploration to cautious intrusion.
Misty.
At the 2-minute, 40-second mark, the camera pans forward one last time. The footage, uploaded in 2018, sparked intense debate online, tried to make sense of what was captured. The first theory, it's just another person, another explorer, caught off guard by the light. But others argue against this. The figure makes no sound, no movement, and doesn't appear to be wearing any reflective gear, highly unusual for a caver. The second theory is that it's a trick of the light, a case of pareidolia, where shadows and rock formations create the illusion of a person. But the shape is distinctly humanoid, with a clear head, shoulders, and body. This leads to the third, more disturbing theory, that the explorer and his dog stumbled upon something that wasn't supposed to be there and wasn't human, something that was simply waiting. The creator, the Highway 9, never uploaded another caving video. He never offered an explanation. He simply posted the footage and let the chilling evidence speak for itself, leaving one question that has never been answered. What was standing in the darkness? Let me know your theory in the comments.